Oh. Oh, good maggot. Airboys. Love them or hate them, these are the world's most popular Bluetooth headphones. It's pretty nuts. I remember all the memes, people like, whoa, no cable, duh, what if you lose one? And then it was a huge success, and then literally everyone has copied. Sunrise, sunset. But Apple has heaved out some new ones. And it's a big change. I mean, they've been using this style of earbud way back since the iPhone 5. These ones are brand stinking new. Oh, so yeah, they look goofier than ever. But I mean, honestly, all the in-ears look ridiculous. The Sonys look like truffles, and we all know about the beans. But if I bust out the new Pros, you can see they take after the Pros, even in the case design. No silicone end, but a huge opening. Compare that to the older boys. The stems are way shorter, which is great, as I don't like how these stems rest against my ears. And finally, they have controls on them. I mean, such dazzling features. You get going, that's good. It's the same as the Pros, and it's always been my favorite control scheme for wireless buds, because you have to be very intentional when you use it. A lot of buds have touch controls, and you just barely brush them and it'll activate it, which is annoying when you want to say refit them because they're so stinking big and they're sticking way out of your head while you're mowing the lawn. Whereas with these, you can actually play around with them. It's like you actually have to squeeze them to get them to work. I like it, but sound right, is it better than the old ones? Well, an example song I use for really low bass is Daft Punk's Doing It Right. So it goes, doing it right, everybody will be dancing and be feeling it right, everybody will be dancing, and the boof, that bass note right there, it's not a big bassy bit, it's a low bassy bit. And so it's not about having headphones with heaps of bass, it's about if the equipment can actually play music that low. Yes, cheap headphones full of bass can woof it out, but it usually gets muddy. And you know, like nice headphones, everything sounds crystal clear with that big boof underneath it. 2G AirPods? Nah. It's like that note doesn't exist. I mean, it's just like the 3Gs, it's totally there. I mean, it's not huge, but it's there, which is a huge step up. The Pros honestly do it the best, but it's because they've got that silicone seal. It makes a huge difference. Like closed backs nearly always have more bass than open backs. The air pressure can like intensify rather than disperse, and that actually gets into something really unique about the AirPods. Most true wireless competitors are like this. You know, it's like an earplug. There are fit benefits, yes, as it comes with different tips, and you could even mix and match them to fit you because, hey, like my left ear is a slightly different shape to my right ear, and some people need to use two different ones for each ear. But there are folks out there who want open back wireless buds. You know, that they don't smash right into your ear as an earplug. They just sit on the outside. I mean, what's the idea of the Samsung Beans? They're not actually called the Beans, by the way. It's just what I call them. Look at them. But the mission's the same, to make open back buds. So like, people are really mad and angry that these don't have noise cancelling. Well, the Beans show us why that is. Because how can noise cancelling work if there's no seal? Sound is just air pressure, right? And a simple seal can cancel out so much of the noise. You notice it when you roll up the car window. Zook. Quiet. And so if there's no seal, it gets straight in. I mean, it's the main thing I hate about the Beans. The sound's not bad. The bass is good and the mids kind of suck. But I was excited because Samsung overly advertised that it's got noise cancelling capabilities. Well, the noise cancelling is so terrible, it's like it doesn't exist. And then people are chiming in saying, oh, well, it's like nice to have there though. Well, is it? It destroys the battery life for nothing, basically. And it can be hard to know if it's on or not. And it makes the device more expensive with more electronic guts going on in it. It's just not worth it. There is not a lot of competition for non-earplug style in-ears, and judging by the sales, there's a lot of folks who really want this kind of thing. The only issue is fitment. If they don't fit your ears, then they don't fit. With the silicone tips, you can dial it in. But with these, it's either yes or no. And mate, we know the old saying, if they don't fit, they sound like shit. So someone might be wearing these, and they line up perfectly with their ears and sound genuinely great. But then someone else tries them, they sit at a slightly different angle, which completely changes the sound, and boom, they don't like them. And that's a real thing, and it's the downside to this style of earbuds. You know, so don't be upset if they work for you and your mates stinking hate them. These fit okay for me. I actually prefer these. But it's not bad. There's no noise cancelling, but it does have adaptive EQ, which is cool. So it's using microphones to read the surrounding area and to change the audio for you. And spatial audio. Which I never use, actually. And in fact, my first time using it, I thought my AirPods were finally dying. Because it was automatically turned on in an update, and now suddenly if I turn my head, the music gets quieter in one ear. Like, great. I know there's music out there that's mastered for this, where it makes the most of it and really makes it feel like a big room. I just turned it off. Yeah, I'm more than happy for the music to sound the same in each ear, no matter where I'm turning my head at the time. If you enjoy it, then cool. I'll just stick to virtual barbershop. And of course, they've got microphones. And just for fun, mate, I'm gonna toss these boys in the mix too.
So like this one time, I had this totally sick idea, mate. Like, what do people appreciate? Like breakfasts and like beds. And I'm like, mate, no one's thought of this. I'm gonna make a bed and breakfast. Mate, I'm gonna get rich. It's such a sick idea, hey. So like, mate, the idea's gone fully sick. There's so many beds, mate. There's like 50 beds. And there's breakfast everywhere, mate. It's like all over the bed sheets. There's like cups of tea all over the pillows, mate. It's fully sick. It's coming together perfect. So like, it's the grand launch day and it's gone really bad. Like, heaps of people have turned up, hey, but no one's willing to spend any money. Because like all I've done, mate, like we're just in a paddock, hey, like we're just in a field basically, and there's just beds everywhere, mate, and like all the bed sheets have blown off in the wind, except for the beds with breakfasts on it, mate, and it's like, you know, this has been a disaster. This has cost me at least $50, and like I'm not gonna be able to get this back.
So like the event's taken a real turn for the worse, mate. I didn't think it could get worse. So like all these dogs turned up, hey, and they've basically claimed all the beds. And I don't need to tell you about the breakfasts, mate. But like the breakfasts are fighting back, right? Because like they've been sitting around for weeks, mate. There's a reason why I put this all together for $50, which was my life savings, to be honest, mate. And now like, I'm pretty sure the local camp. No, mate. It's the police are here now because like this isn't my field, man. I thought paddocks were free. Hey, I'm going to jail.
Well. Who happened to be the best there? Was it the several $100 whiz-bango Air Boys beans? Or was it the $20 cable boys that have been hanging around in my house for gosh knows how long? And if you think that's because they put some insane microphone in this and just let... No. Oh, look, it's some horrible Wish headphones that I got in the previous earbud video. Oh, it has a microphone.
So like I totally managed to get away from the police, yeah. So like, I'm hiding in a bush and then the police show up, mate, and like he couldn't help himself, hey, he saw all his beds and breakfasts and was like, mate, I gotta have a go of this. And so like he's hopped on the bed, mate, which is soaking wet. It's like been outside for 4 weeks, mate. He takes a bite of that 3-week-old McMuffin and just starts convulsing, mate. And I went, here's my chance. And like I didn't call for help, I've just legged it. And I'm starting to think that I'm actually a really bad person.
These aren't spectacular either, but they're better than these. And you know what the secret is? You're hearing the benefits of a solid connection. That's cables for you, baby. You know, starting next year, the slogan's gonna be, bring back the headphone jack. Imagine spending 1/10 of the money and having better quality calls. Wham. Basically, all Bluetooth buds sound like this, right? It's not unique to the AirPod. All right, but back to the sound. Sound-wise, I agree with a lot of reviews going around, which is like 7 out of 10. Folks are saying that, okay, they're finally good now, like a conventional good. Because yeah, the old guys couldn't get that super low bass happening. These guys can. A lot of people would complain how dry these were, but now many looking at the price and going, whoa up. That much for a 7 out of 10 listening experience. And I say, well, yeah, you don't buy these for their sound, right? You're buying them for the convenience. And to sell the convenience they're offering, mate, we gotta enter boring time and historical time. Before I started doing headphone videos, I collected old vintage pairs because I wanted to see the progress. You know, if a company makes a new set of headphones, it better be better than the old ones, otherwise, why bother? These are the headphones that live in my lounge room. My Stax Lambdas. I think they're about 40 years old now, and these have always been ultra high-end headphones. Well, let's compare them to some brand new ultra high-end ones. Whoa, wait. So super high-end sound has existed since the late 70s? And yeah, it has. Audio's had a huge head start over video. The first things humans were able to send electronically to each other were buzzers and beeps. Remember, radio was TV at one stage, and by the 70s, recording equipment and techniques had arrived. I mean, Miles Davis is a legend, but 1950s recording quality was pretty how's your dad. James Brown, Godfather of Soul. Papa's Got a Brand New Bag is a total banger. Those dudes on the bandstand are smashing it out. Sounds really thin compared to modern tracks. It's no one's fault, it's the best they could do. It was the mid-60s. But with better recording came better equipment to enjoy it, and Stax headphones were often found in studios so the artist could hear the final mixes. So now you've had a listen to these and concluded that today's headphones are totally pointless, no progress has been made, how dare all of you? Well, I mean, what's the point of having these new ones then? Well, I didn't show you what I had to go through to get that sound. Forget wireless, mate, look at the cable on these nuggets. It's only as long as the walk to the servo for sangers and diaries, it's not a big deal. Alright, get your headphone dongle ready with you. Uh-oh. That's right, we need the Energizer. There it is. Just plug this idiot in like that, mate, alright? Okay, and now what we know. Uh-oh. Yep. These need full speaker amp power. You wire these in the same way that you would big floor standing speakers. Wherever room you plug these into, they can't leave. It's wired in like an air conditioner. Oh, the Elites? These literally sound amazing, plugged straight into my MacBook Air. Yep, just regular old head, straight out of a phone, doesn't matter. I mean it, these are so unfussy and make anything sound wonderful. So yeah, hi-fi's been out since the late 70s, and absolutely modern flagship headphones are doing extra than the old boys, but a big advancement has been inconvenience. Oh my Puxel, who's got this against you? So True Wireless are on the cutting edge of convenience, first and foremost. And honestly, the AirPods are really hard to beat in this department. The Sony XM4, whatever, Sony, please name things better. These sound fantastic. The bass is so lovely, and they're all round nice guys. They are huge though, like really big, and they are full-blown earplugs. Like for instance, the Pros, yeah, they have a silicone tip, but they aren't an earplug. They honestly just rest on your ear. Wait, they're basically the same shape as these boys. It's why I like them so much. The case honestly feels really cheap and hollow, and just look at the size of it. But I'm comparing to the Pros here, fair fight. So you look from the top down, you go, oh mate, come on. If anything, the Pros are probably a little bit bigger. Yeah, but it's the thickness. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but in a pocket, real estate is valuable. Hey, speak to women about pants with pockets, right? The Sonys are really chonk, and they stick in my leg because they got these hard corners to it. The AirPods just disappear. It's just smooth edges. For 2 years, I've been using my Pros, and they've been sharing the same pocket as my keys. Like, they're built like a bullet. You can feel it's like this dense package. That's a metal hinge. They're built really well. I haven't seen another pair of buds with a case this good. Sometimes I don't think companies really respect the entire package. It's like, yeah, the Sony sound great and they cancel more noise, but they're full-blown earplugs and are stinking huge. Because if I'm all about sound, I'd rather a cheap pair of over-ears. And that's the thing, if you're happy to get rid of some convenience, set of in-ear KZs for out and about, Samsung SR850s for at home, and then grab a Fio BTR 3K, or I really do recommend saving up for the BTR 5, even if you've got to wait a little bit to get it, just having that extra power. So if you do want to get crazy sets of headphones, it can drive it. Turns your wired headphones into Bluetooth ones. It's got a mic for calls. You can use it as a USB sound card for your PC, and it all comes to the same cost as these guys. But you're paying for that convenience, eh? And this has a better microphone to boot, so there you go. But man, I gotta say, no wires are really, really nice. You just pull them out and deploy them, and it's really nice to be able to do that. And thanks to the shorter stems, they are really easy to get out. There's one annoying thing about these. This is humongous stinking stem. And before the hardcore audio folks really want to shoot these down on the flames, just remember these are lifestyle headphones. Hey, if you want the peak hardcore gaming experience, you don't buy a Nintendo Switch, but you can't pull a PS5 out of your backpack and start gaming within 5 to 10 seconds. Like, a lot of us absorb content what's called found time, waiting for the bus, riding the damn bus, sitting in traffic, a 2-hour gap between classes, a long walk home, etc. So anything that fits perfectly into your life, and when you're able to enjoy content, it's gonna be the best thing ever. No, the Switch is not the best console ever made, But to many, it 100% is. If the ability to pull these out and to be listening to music within 5 to 10 seconds, sharing the same pocket as your car keys is what makes these amazing and make people want to listen to music, then that makes these the best headphones ever for them. That old saying, mate, different strokes for different folks. New AirPods, yeah, they're better than the old ones, but buy whatever makes you happy, even if it's the beans. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names on here, mate, because $1 a month, I direct to videos clear out. We're going back in time again. The buyer's guide to true value, apparently. It's north, right? So just keep heading north. It's old mate Dick. I mean, you see the miracle piano up front for the NES? You know this is gonna be saucy and good. Look at that fashion phone. Oh my hot dog. So thanks so much, and mate, I'll see you all next time.
Hey, Frank, you gonna come over and give us a kiss? Are you gonna come over and give us a kiss, Frank? Frank's gonna come over and give us a kiss. Yeah. No? Yes? Yeah, yes? Here comes Frank. Yeah.